Okay guys, right now what I've got here is the unboxing of some water cooling parts for my computer. This was my Christmas gift from my mom. This year we didn't do like a real Christmas with a tree and putting stuff under the tree and wrapping it, and we just didn't do that this year. But we still kind of did get each other stuff, and what I really needed was some parts for my big blue computer, which I actually haven't even uploaded a single video about making yet, but I've built a big giant blue computer and I haven't been able to finish it because I didn't have enough fans, and then eventually I want to put water cooling in there, so that's what we've got here. I've got 4 BitPhoenix Spectre Pro 140mm blue LED fans. Now these things are like 20 bucks a piece and they are really high quality, really nice fans. Where did I toss my knife? Right here. Okay, so I'll pop one of these open real quick. They've got little tabs on each side. Just pull out the tab on the top and pull everything out. We've got our fan. Sorry, I dropped a package there. We've got 4 screws for if you're going to mount this to your chassis. You've got this adapter, which looks like a normal Molex to fan power, but these 2 wires are in the wrong spot. This is the 12 volt and this is 5 volt. So this is actually a 7 volt power for your fan. So we'll put them on low voltage, but if you've got, those aren't the best to use with your power supply because it could cause problems with your power supply. We've got a little 2-pin extender. Now you'll see why that's important in a minute. We've got 4 of these little rubber pull tab things. Now these can be used in place of screws if you're mounting it to your chassis, and that way it won't transfer any vibrations into the case. Also, you've got 4 little rubber washers. I'm going to assume you can put those between the fan and the case to isolate some vibration. Now on here we've got our standard 3-pin fan header. These are not PWM controllable. They've got black wires. They're not sleeved, so I mean that's a disadvantage, but they are nice black wires, so you know you won't be able to see them too much. And here we've got a little 2-pin fan header with a jumper in between. Or it's not a fan header, but you got a 2-pin header with this jumper in between that pulls out. So what this is it's your LED control, because these have blue LEDs in them. So if this is in here, it'll just bridge it and you'll have the LEDs always on. Pull it out, the LEDs are always off. Now what that 2-pin extension was for earlier is if you've got a BitPhoenix like Hydra fan controller, you can extend this all the way up to the fan controller, and with the press of a button on your fan controller, it'll turn the LEDs on or off. I'm going to actually modify this to work with the LED controls in a Switch 810, but yeah, it's pretty neat. You can see the blades on this fan. They've got these little designs in them, so I'm pretty sure that when these spin, yep, it's going to create like just lines on the fan. So these things are pretty nice. They're pretty sturdy. As you can see, there's the blue in this case because I got blue LEDs, so the back pieces are blue. It's got a blue ring here and then black outer rings. It's got 4 bright LEDs around the edge. I've seen these on YouTube and they look pretty decent, so hopefully they look as good in real life. Now this other box I've got going here is a radiator. The first thing in this box is a little warning about make sure your screws are the right length, because if you use screws that are too long, you can puncture into the radiator fins and they won't warranty that for you. So yeah, don't pop your radiator. So there's our radiator. This one is a 240 2x120mm. This is going to go in the bottom of a Switch 810 is what I've got planned right now. I might change that plan though, because yeah, I don't know if the Switch 810 is going to work for what I want. So on the side here, we just pull up this little tab. Actually, here, I'm going to pull all of this out. So we'll just lift that all up. And under here, we've got a ton of screws. We've got 8 long screws, so these would be for mounting fans. And then you've got 8 more short screws, so these are just mounting the radiator like directly to a case or something. So they include some screws. You might want to buy more, or you know, colored ones or something, but those will do. And just a quick tip about buying radiators. don't use them as they come. You have to rinse them out with like distilled water. And it's best to run several loops of water through, because these have gunk inside that will just mess up your loop if you don't clean it. So this is a 240 mil stealth rad. You can see that it's got pretty large spaces between the fins. It's a low density, so slow fans, because I'm going to get the 120 mil version of these for this radiator. Slow fans can push air through this just fine, and it's the best optimized for slow fans. As well as there's a space between the top of the radiator and the fins right there. You can see my finger in there. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but they say it's to help with silence. And that space is actually even bigger on the other side. I can easily fit my finger under this side. So, you know. I'm sure that helps with silence somehow in their design, because they wouldn't just put it in there for the fun of it. So anyways, I think this video is over with. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later when I decide to build up my computer.